מדי שבוע במהלך שנת הלימודים, מאז שנות ה-40, תלמידי ישיבת חב"ד משתתפים בתוכנית שעה חופשית במדינת ניו יורק, המאפשרת להעניק הדרכה דתית לילדים יהודים הלומדים בבתי ספר עממיים. הרב אהרון קוזין היה תלמיד הישיבה ב-770 בין השנים 1956-1961.
We used to go out every Wednesday to the Mittwoch show, the Wednesday hour. And I used to take a group of children in Coney Island. And we used to have to leave at about 1 o'clock, pick up our things from the Committee of Furtherance of Jewish Education and take whatever we were with. And it was very successful. We had a very, very large group of boys and girls that we used to take from the local public schools into a nearby shul and teach them for an hour. Once my Yom Haledes fell out on a Wednesday, and just before my birthday, I went into the Rebbe and told him that this Wednesday is my birthday, and maybe I shouldn't go to Wednesday hour that day, but instead, stay a whole day in 770 learning, because you have to do a Hisof in Nigla, a Hisof in Chassidus, and so on and so forth. So my question was, should I go to Wednesday hour? And the Rebbe, this was the most amazing thing. When the Rebbe read my note, he said, "Yo, Avadas also again." He said it with such emotion, such feeling that of course you should go. And he said you should tell them a special thing and make it an extra special Wednesday hour, which obviously I did my best to do. Now there was one boy who he felt that this was a waste of time for him personally. And he wrote into the Rebbe and said, "Rebbe, can I be excused from going on the Wednesday hour?" Because he said, first of all, he doesn't think he's really achieving very much. He comes every week and he says brachas with the children, he says Shema with the children, and he gives out the prizes, but he doesn't really think it's having any lasting effect. Second of all, it takes 3-4 hours of the day to go down there, and he thinks he could use that time better by sitting and learning. It was a serious bocher, a masmid, and he felt that, he'd spend his time better by sitting and learning. And also he said it disturbs him the whole week, because he knows on Wednesday at 1 o'clock he has to pick himself up and go out. It disturbs his mind the whole week. And he'd like to know if he can be free from going. So the Rebbe wrote back and said to him, first of all, I want you to know that all the neshamas in Gan Eden, unafilu nishmas Moshe Rabbeinu olav Hashem, even the soul of Moshe Rabbeinu, are mekane you, are envious of you that you have an opportunity to say Shema and make a bracha with a Jewish child, and they don't have that opportunity. So it's a zechus gadol v'noira, that the very fact that you can do this with Jewish children. And actually that had a very, very, very deep impression on me. The very fact that the Rebbe said that all the neshamas in Gan Eden, and afilu nishmas Moshe Rabbeinu al neshama makana you, that showed how great this Indian of being makarev kids and making a bracha with a child and saying Shema. And that moved me tremendously, that eventually when my last yichidus before I was coming back to England to get married, so the Rebbe said to me that you should work in Beis Lubavitch. And I had this tremendous cheshek and chayas to go into chinuch. And I did start to teach as soon as I got back. I also did quite a lot of fundraising as well, going out in the evenings. And eventually, after a few years, I was appointed the headmaster of the boys' school, principal. And I kept that job for many, many, many years.